I think it makes it easier going into practice knowing the guys that I'm going with and knowing that we've had experience together, and then also seeing we're on the same page, we're getting on the same page, so it makes it a lot easier going into practice with the same guys, not knowing if you're going to be thrown in with 50% reps with the twos or maybe scout team like last year or anything like that. It's just more of a, you know who you're going with.
Dana said in the offseason that he feels like you've embraced your role as the leader. That's what everybody sees the quarterback as. Did it take something, an actual effort on your part to do that, or was it just the natural progression? Once you're named the starter, you sort of take it over?
I think it's a little bit of both, because naturally, when you get thrown in that position, you're going to have to become a leader, if you're not already. I always try to be that guy, no matter what I'm doing. I try to do the right thing and lead by example. I'm trying to be more vocal. I'm not always the most vocal. I wasn't in the past. I am now, just because I'm taking on that role and I'm actually making an effort to gain more respect with the guys and trust.
Does it do anything for you guys when you hear people saying the defense looks like it's going to be pretty good, but what about that offense? Does it add motivation or, something to prove?
Yeah, definitely. I like coming from behind. I like not being all my life. I've been that way. I was underrated as a quarterback coming out of high school, and that's my mentality to everything. So I don't mind it. It's just how I live my life.
What is it about this offense that, even though there are a number of new pieces to the puzzle, you feel like putting it all together, it will ultimately work?
Yeah, it's just coming together every day. We're evolving as an offense, as you should. In this league, in the Big 12, you have to evolve or you'll be left behind.
How hands-on are you with the offense, working with Dana, and trying to determine what works best for your skills?
Hands-on. Well, that's all the decision making is his in that aspect. He knows my ability and I know my ability, but what he says goes, and I just do what I'm told.
Does it help that his offenses put up those numbers, so it's just easy to go, it's gonna work, right?
Yeah, I trust it. I trust what we're doing. That's one thing that we've talked about is win, trust, finish, and I trust what we're doing.
It seems like every time people talk to Dana, it's always receivers brought up, talent replacing Kevin. He talks about these guys like maybe some of the best talent this early on that he's coached. What are you seeing and how do you feel?
I'm confident. I have a lot of confidence in those guys across the board. We're putting the ball in play. They're catching the ball. We're meshing together good as an offense, and I think what he's saying is true. Not to underrate anybody else, but I think we have a lot of talent.
There'll be times in the past when Dana, whether it's Geno Smith or Clint, he'd say, we don't have any real interest in moving our quarterback around. When they have somebody with your skill set, have you seen an actual emphasis? Is there something where they do, okay, the pocket breaks down, scramble drills, stuff like that? Is that something you guys actually emphasize in practice these days that maybe you didn't so much in the past?
Yeah. When you break the pocket, there's got to be some. It's not always so organized, but you have to know what you're doing as a receiver. You got to know where to attack the field, where to attack the grass. And so one thing that me and the coaches have been, really making an emphasis on is just kind of moving with the quarterback as I move, and getting those guys moving around, not just stopping.